got it straightened out. If you're on the YouTube right now, there's one called Elementary, and that's the elementary students. There's a middle school morning, that's the middle school. So they're on new streams that we just reinitiated because they were having trouble with crossing over. There's a elementary stream live right now on the YouTube channel, which is the elementary, and the one that says middle school morning is live on the other side. It looks like we're all set. Thanks for letting us know we haven't crossed over. It took us to figure it out.
Alrighty, we figured out all of the technical difficulties this morning. We had to create new lives, as you are at now. If you are still on the middle school morning one that had a nice profile picture to it, that is an old one, and that is still showing the elementary. The only ones you should be watching are the ones named elementary for the elementary, and then there's middle school morning that has all I'm sorry, as I was saying, the middle school live is middle school morning ones, and those are the only two that we should be on. And I'm gonna fix one of our cameras quick, but then we will get back in our rhythm. We are currently at qualification round 25. And qualification round 24, their score was 36. Alrighty, since we got everything figured out, our current teams are going to be 4945B Eaglebots B-Bots and 6118-7C AR Radioactive Shrimp. And starting in the next round, I will definitely go more into depth about our points. But for that qualification round, we got 69 points. Alrighty, as they are just checking their scores, I will actually go over the point system now. So they scored 25 points, and moving into qualification round 27, our teams are going to be 21A Robotic Pups and 4931D Robo Gummy Bears. As they start the round, if we do want to think about their rankings, our team's rankings are going to be in that white little square next to their number. So we have our 41 ranked and our 43 ranked playing. And if we look at this robot on the left, they are attempting to get a bi-color stack right now. And so to get that bi-color stack, you have to have 2 colors. And the points worth of that is you get 2 points, one point per of the pins stacked. And for having a 2-color stack, they get 5 bonus points for that, so that would have been 7. And if we look at this blue and yellow one, in this little yellow platform, they do get more bonus points. It's 10 bonus points for that bottom pin matching the bottom color. So because it's yellow on yellow, they get 10 extra points plus the 7 other points for their bi-color stack. Alrighty, and they scored 19 points in that round. Alrighty, and for our teams currently playing, they're going to be 8800C Backstreet Boys and 4945A Eaglebots D's Axolotl 67. And this robot in that back end, they have knocked over all of our starting pins, which are those slanted pins, and it does not matter if they fall outside of their arena, outside, inside, wherever. If they get off of it, they are worth 2 points each. Alrighty, and they ended up getting a final score of 27 points. Our next qualification round, our teams are going to be 61-18-7D. A are the Bot Hunters, and 8800B Control Alt Defeat. This robot on the left-hand side is actually going for a great strategy. They got a bi-color stack, so they have 7 points, and they put it on that higher peg, which is worth 20 extra bonus points. So that is 27 points just right there. And that is not including the other stacks that their teammate has helped them with, which is that 2 bi-color stacks. And if we look at this lower left corner, they are attempting to put the bottom peg being red with the yellow on top. They get the 10 extra bonus points just like that lower yellow base. They seem to have a great strategy, making sure they get all of their lower bases covered with those bonus points. Alrighty, and they got a score of 80 points. And as we wait for our next qualification round to start, our teams are going to be 63-16 5S, Error 404, name not found, and 63-16 5N, Smart Quantum Bots. They are getting that bicolor stack quickly into their round, which these rounds are only a minute long, and they have 10 seconds in the middle of their match to switch drivers. And we do have one of my favorite setups of a robot. If we look on this lower robot, they have it so they can get 2 stacks at the same time. I've seen it done amazingly. I've seen it so they can even flip it backwards and flip it into a beam, which is basically like a wild card. I've seen some great outputs happening with that style of robots, and it seems to be very effective for so many groups. And as we wait for their final score and switch into our next round, I do want to just give a big thank you guys for being super patient with our technical difficulties that happened this morning, and thank you for everyone who helped me out with that, because I am in fact alone today. My friend who usually helps me is currently busy today, and of course it had to be on our super busy day, but we're all getting it figured out, and so thank you to Mr. Hepfer and Mr. O'Callahan for helping me out. For that qualification round, they ended up getting 32 points. Into our next round, qualification round 31, our teams are going to be 2060 F-Can Calculator Conductors and 2060H Fat Stackers. And in this round, we're seeing a tricolor stack, which gives them 15 extra bonus points. So 18 points right there, and they're on that yellow platform, so they get 10 extra bonus points right there. So it is 28 points right there. Alrighty, and for that qualification round, they got 52 points. Our next round, our teams are going to be 91-99 8G the Glitch and 63-16 5B the Mint Choco Bots. And while we wait for our next qualification round to start, which should be happening in just a second, I do want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors, Westwood AI and Bradford White, for everything they give us. This event today, or any event in the past, would not be possible without them. They have given us and the robotics kids so many beautiful opportunities, and so thank you to both of them. we have yet another tricolor stack, which is always amazing to see, especially with our elementary kids, which it gives them so many extra bonus points. And they have 2 starting pins knocked over, which I completely missed. So 4 points plus 18, they have at least 22 points, if I can do math correctly. Which there is some rules about what they are and are not touching at the end of the round. It may affect their points. I don't want to be incorrect, but I do believe that if they're touching a stack with their robot as the round ends, they do not get points for it. But if they are touching a singular peg, they may get points for it. But I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure. Alrighty, and they got a score of 26 points. Our next qualification round, our teams are going to be 49-30-101C Motor Rogues and 63-16 at 5J Blue Bots. Alrighty, and they got a score of 41 points. All right, and they got a score of 75 points. And for our next qualification round, our teams are going to be 2060M Nuclear Sprinkles and 2060N hashtag Still Brainstorming. One of our robots automatically goes for that bicolor stack in that yellow bottom section. Same for our other one. They got 4 bicolor stacks in that bottom yellow section, which seems usually is their max out because there is 4 circles they are supposed to be putting their stacks on. So I wonder what their next step's going to be. Hopefully it is that. Oh, man, and they were going to go for that corner. Seems like it's still going to be a very good score. And a very exciting score of 79 points for that team. Our next qualification round, our teams are going to be 1156-1R, Gilkey Stacker Bots, and 8856B Nuclear Nanobots. And if the camera is shaking, it is because people are just walking up and down the stairs. In between matches, I do try to fix the cameras, so it's good for the next round. But just know that is what's happening when the camera is shaking. And they got a score of 26 points. And for our next qualification round, our teams are going to be 26A Botso Steel and 6118-7B AR the Banana Splits. Alrighty, and as we get our final score of 43 points, our next qualification round, our teams are going to be 4931E Cyber Knights and 1151K Robo Trojans. We already do have a bicolor stack, and our other teammate just got another bicolor stack for them. So they're already at 14 points in total. If they slide it into that middle section, they will be getting bonus points. And the teammate on this near side seems to be getting their starting pins off, which is an extra 2 points. Does not matter if it goes in or out of the arena. They will get extra points if it is just off of that starting point. All right, and we'll get their final score in just a moment. But from what I've seen, the best strategy is just basically throw your robot at that starting pin to just knock it off. Eventually, they usually get, if they have the claws, they usually get one of their claws behind it and just quickly move to the side and knock it off. All right, and they got a total score of 35 points. Our next qualification round, our teams are going to be 63-16 5D Cyber Sigmas and 49-45B Eaglebots B-Bots. And the head refs are just having a little meeting with our other volunteers to just be on the same page. And so while we do have the time, I do want to just say thank you all who have been watching and giving us so many compliments. It truly makes my day and Amia's day, who helps us. We enjoy truly doing this, and so I'm very glad that you guys love doing this, and I love hearing that you guys love it. So thank you guys so much for watching and supporting us. As we see this robot in the back, they kind of just throw the robot out there and they get the starting pins off, which is just a very easy, convenient way to do it, which, I mean, it works for them. It gets the pins off of their starting point, and, I mean, it gets them points, so you got to do what you got to do. But there is a beam in this corner, which I do want to talk about. So, beams, because they are gray, they are considered wild cards. And from what I know, the stacks are considered to be separately. So the bicolored should be considered separate in the scoring, and that is not including the base peg. Alrighty, and they got a score of 93 points. For our next qualification round, our teams are going to be 2060J Hyper Hybrid Pickle Snakes and 61187E AR Vex Builders. And from what has already happened in the first 10 seconds, they did get a bicolor stack, and they seem to be attempting to put it on the higher peg, which is an extra 20 bonus points. So, if we do the math, 2 pegs, so 2 points, plus the 5 bonus points they get, so 7 plus the 20, so 27 points just from right there. And that is not including the starting pegs that they knocked off and the other bicolor stack. So I'm going to try to do mental math here, so please be patient with me. So we have our 27, our other 7, and then our 2, 4. Yeah, it's at 48 from what they've calculated so far. So I do trust their math, but it will be changed before the round is ended. And they ended up getting another bicolor stack. Alrighty, and they got a score of 50 points. And for our next round, our teams are going to be 22A Electric Pickles and 25A Mr. Bananas. And one of our robots from Electric Pickles already got 2 of their starting pins off. So they already do have 4 points. And their teammate seems to be trying to get those corner points with the lower block being blue on that blue corner. So they get 10 extra bonus points for that on top of their 7 points. So 17 points just in that corner plus the 4. And they seemed, as I was talking, they got the other 2 starting pins off, giving them 4 more points right there, 2 per each. Their teammate, Mr. Bananas, seems to be getting another bicolor stack with 4 seconds remaining. All right, and we are going to pick up the paces with our rounds just because we want to be on time for our rounds. So we'll be going back to back to back. So we will find out the score for that round. And actually, I have it right in front of me. They got 34 points. So for this round, they already have a bicolor stack, 2 bicolor stacks on the bottom and 1 on top. So that is 40 points worth of bonus points just there, and that is not including the 7 points worth of each bicolor stack. And now they have 4 bicolor stacks in total, and they have 5 bicolor stacks just by ending this round, which is absolutely amazing. They have that whole yellow section stacked up, and that is just the score from our previous round. And looking into the future of our qualification round that is about to start, our teams are going to be 4945D Eaglebots Pin Blasters and 2060X the Goated Griffins. And this is one of my favorite robot builds in our front half. Is they have the dual system that I've seen a lot of them have been able to flip backwards, which is absolutely amazing to see. And they seem to be just trying to line up their pegs right just to get both of those stacks perfectly aligned, which they ended up getting on their second attempt. Which our pin blaster, so our team on the left-hand side, oh wow, they already got it into a beam with only 5 seconds left, which is going to give them extra bonus points. But our pin blasters are our #1 ranked team who is here currently. And looking back at qualification round 42, they ended up getting 95 points. And for our next qualification round 44, our teams are going to be 2060C 5th Gear and 8856D Bots to the Future.
Ladies and gentlemen, announcement about the most important thing of the day, lunch. Here's what's going to happen with lunch today. We are going to take a break for lunch at around noon, but it's going to be driven by match number. So on the middle school side, we are going to play to match number 30. Following match 30, we will break to middle school for lunch. We'll return at 12:45. So middle school will break for lunch at match 30 around noon. We're back at 12:45 to play. Last time, middle school will break at match 30. We'll return 12:45 with match 31. Okay, puts us on the time schedule around 3 o'clock. We'll be back on schedule, we'll be fine. But we're going to break match 30 for lunch on the middle school side. Elementary is going to break for lunch after match 60, 6-0. So we're going to run match 60 on the elementary side. We will break for lunch at noon, and we will return at 12:30 with match 61. If you are not playing match 60, you may go get lunch a little earlier, right? So watch the clock here, because if your last match is before match 60, you don't need to send your picks to match 60. We'll have lunch around noon in the cafeteria. You can go get ready for lunch. We're going to have lunch from 12 to 12:30 on the elementary side. We're going to play match 60, 6-0 before lunch. After lunch, we'll resume with match 61 at 12:30. That's the elementary side. One final note. We have a car outside. It's parked. It has other cars parked in the lot. Mazda, maybe. It's from Boardman Ford. Is a Michigan license plate. 4PFW47. 4 Paul Frank Wanda 47. If you have a gray or blue vehicle sitting in the west plate, it's got a Boardman Ford. It's a U of M plate, so it's the amazing blue plate. 4PFW47. Please move that. You have someone parked in that needs to leave. All right, that's it. Just a reminder, lunch starts for middle school after match 30, 3-0. They'll resume at 12:45. The elementary is going to break after match 60, 6-0, and they'll resume at 12:30. Thank you very much.
Alrighty, and for qualification round 44, they ended up getting 19 points. And that last round that we just watched, they did absolutely amazing. Mr. Hepper was making an announcement for everyone, and I didn't want to have you guys have to listen to that as well. But they ended up getting, I think, 5 bicolor stacks, and one of them was on that higher peg. But our teams currently playing right now are going to be 4945E Eaglebots Pinchers of Pickles and 8800D I Don't Know.
Another reminder about lunchtime at noon at 12 o'clock. We will close skills from 12 to 12:30. 12 to 12:30 skills will be closed.
All right, and they got a score of 78 points, and that was for qualification round 45. This is going to be 47. Our teams are going to be 2060K off-brand French fries and 2060D Big Stack Attack. And looking back at qualification round 46, they ended up getting 19 points. And looking forward to qualification round 48, our teams are going to be 61-18-7A AR Pikmin and 49-45F Eaglebots Coding Capybaras. And 4 seconds into the round, our Eaglebots ended up getting a bicolor stack and already put it in that middle section, while our other team, our Pikmins, are going for that corner to get their bonus points instead of the yellow section, which it is worth same points, just built backwards, but it is a great strategy because they are out of the way of their teammate as well as just getting those points for them. Both of them seem to be going for a bicolor stack for that center section. And looking back at qualification round 47, they ended up getting 83 points.
That are attached to the railings. We do keep having people grab those and really messing up our live stream cameras. So please be cautious of the white PVC poles towards the bottom steps of the bleachers.
All right, and our teams just starting to play currently are going to be 2060B Robo Reapers and 6316-5F Vex Invaders, which seem to be going for that bicolor stack right currently, and they got 7 points from that, while their other teammate is getting those starting pins off, which again, the strategy is honestly just ram yourself into those and hope that the pins fall off, which they ended up getting both of the near side ones off, so 2 points worth for each of those, while their teammate seems to be going for a tricolor stack, potentially. Oh, they dropped the red one. They might be finding another red. to try to attempt that tricolor stack again, but both of them seem to be. I'm unable to see what the back corner was happening back there, but looking back at qualification round 48, they ended up getting 87 points, and our next qualification round that's going to start is going to be qualification round 50, and our teams are going to be 4945C Eaglebots Gorilla Gears and 6118-7C AR Radioactive Shrimp. All right, our internet just seems to be trying to catch itself up quickly, but we ended up getting 15 points for qualification round 49. And our next qualification round, our teams are going to be 1715 1P, the random fourth graders, and 2068 brain rotted bot builders.